What's happening? Facebook, how you doing? YouTube, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy with I was gonna say I am with TFG Sports Media, but I am with Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SPORTZHUSTLE. How you doing this Thursday evening? And we are talking NFL Draft 2024. We talking NFL Draft 2024, which is going down in the Detroit, Michigan, in about 40 minutes. It's going down 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern on ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network, and it's also going to be streaming to different platforms. So we're going to talk a little bit about a preview, give my thoughts on tonight's draft. Again, it's going down in Detroit. But let's set some house rules. Make sure you come in, comment, like the live stream. Let me know where you're watching from so we can talk a little bit. If you haven't already, subscribe to Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube. That's SPORTZHUSTLE. Make sure you like and follow Kendrick Sports Hustle on YouTube. And you can make sure you like and follow TFG Sports Media on Facebook, and make sure you subscribe to TFG Sports Media on YouTube as well. I think I mixed those up, but you know what I'm talking about. Make sure you check out TFG Sports Media and Kendrick Sports also here again. And you can follow me on my personal page, Kendrick Roline Henderson, on Facebook as well. So if you're coming in, watch, make sure you comment. Let me know who you are and where you're watching from. Let's chat a little bit. So again, we got the NFL Draft 2024. It is going down here in a few minutes. And it's going to be an interesting draft because there one mock draft that I've watched or I've checked out, they have the first 4 picks being quarterbacks according to this draft, and that was by the NFL.com. They put out their mock draft about 2 days ago, and they had 4 quarterbacks being the first 4 picks in the first round. We already know most likely Caleb Williams will be the first quarterback taken from USC, the Bears, who have the number 1 pick. And by the way, interesting fact about the Bears, they had the first overall number 1 pick for the first time since 1947. I found that interesting, but there's a little asterisk to that. They actually did have the first pick last year as well. But as you all know, they made a deal with Carolina. Carolina gave up some draft picks to trade up to number 1 so Carolina could choose Alabama quarterback Bryce Young. So, but this year, the Bears do have the number 1 pick. Most likely they are taking Caleb Williams because they traded away Justin Fields to the Steelers just about, a month ago, maybe. So I don't think there's any doubt in anybody's mind that the Bears will select Caleb Williams number 1. Now, after that, then it's all about what's your needs. Another little fact about the NFL draft, 7 of the last 9 first overall picks have been quarterbacks. Now, I think that's not a shock to anybody. The last couple of years outside of Trevor Lawrence, I think that number 1 quarterback hadn't fared too well. I'm just thinking about Zach Wilson, who, by the way, on Monday was traded from the Jets to the Broncos. So the New York experience with Zach Wilson is done. And just think about the Jets period. Their time with quarterbacks hadn't been very good. They took Mark Sanchez, which he was able to take them to an AFC Championship game some years back, but they hadn't had much luck since then. Then they chose Sam Darnold. They had him for a couple of years, and they shipped him out of there to Carolina, and I think Darnold now is with 49ers. Then again, they just took Zach Wilson back in 2021, and 3 years later, he's gone. So the Jets they've been playing musical chairs at the quarterback position. Aaron Rodgers now, will he be 100% healthy? But you're talking about a late 39. I think Aaron Rodgers will be 39 this upcoming year. So we'll see what they do as far as the Jets do at quarterback. But again, quarterback position is always going to be the marquee position. So again, right now it looks like the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams. Speaking of Caleb Williams, I was just thinking, he when you really think about his college career, it really could have been different when you think about, because he started at Oklahoma, and if it wasn't for Spencer Rattler terrible play in that, I believe it was that Texas game, the Red River Classic, and they put Caleb Williams in the second half. Lincoln Riley did, and he brought him back to win that game. We may not even be sitting here talking about Caleb Williams as the #1 pick in this draft. He could. I'm not saying he wouldn't get drafted, but as far as being #1, we may not be talking about that. Matter of fact, he really could have went back to school because he was a junior actually this year. So technically, he could have went back to USC. But he came out, and just think about his career. Now he would leave Oklahoma after Lincoln Riley shocked Norman and took the job at USC, and followed him to USC and won a Heisman. And now here he is. He's probably going to be the #1 pick. Now the Bears have surrounded him with some help right now. They signed Keenan Allen, who was released by the Chargers, or I think they traded him. They signed the running back from Philly, DeAndre Swift. So they're giving him some offensive help. And I'm sure Justin Fields is like, well, damn, where was this help when I needed it? So they trying to set the young fella up with to be successful. And as a Packer fan, by the way, I got on my Packers, my number 21. I got on my Woody jersey. I always got to have my Green Bay Packer mug. So as I always say, it's a great day to be a Packers fan. So today is going to be a great day to be a Packers fan again. So we'll see what Caleb Williams do. Again, I think he's going to be with the Bears. So we'll see. Now, the #2 pick they have, the Commanders do. They have Jayden Daniels, the Heisman Trophy winner, going to LSU. So I wouldn't be surprised to see that. You would have thought that the Commanders may have tried to make a move to get Caleb Williams, because not Kyle Shanahan, who's on their staff that he worked with. He was a quarterbacks coach with Caleb Williams. My guy, Cliff Kingsbury. Yeah, they just signed him. Dan Quinn signed him to the staff. So a lot of people thought maybe Cliff Kingsbury was going to have an inside move to get Caleb Williams, but looks like he's going to Chicago. Commanders, most people are saying that they're going to take Jayden Daniels, Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU. The Patriots. Some people saying they may trade out of that 3rd spot with their new head coach, Gerard Mayo. Some people are saying that the NFL.com mock draft have Drake May from UNC going there. Some people say that the Patriots may trade out of that 3rd spot. But they need a quarterback because they traded Mac Jones. And they got Zappy, but he's probably not your guy. So keep an eye on, see what the Patriots do with this 3rd pick. They may trade out of it. And some rumors have the Minnesota Vikings are looking to move up to get that spot and to get a quarterback. And they high on, according to reports, they high on J.J. McCarthy out of Michigan. So keep an eye on that #3 pick with the Patriots, see what they do. Again, now #4, this might draft have the Giants choosing J.J. McCarthy from the Michigan Wolverines, national champs, at #4, which is a head scratcher because the Giants just signed quarterback Daniel Jones to a $160 million extension. And I don't think Daniel Jones is their guy, but to pick a quarterback there is telling me that they not sold on Daniel Jones, but they just basically gave him a lot of money for nothing. So I don't know. Keep an eye on, see what the Giants do. I don't know if that's going to be what happens. #5, we got the Chargers. They pick at #5. They got wide receiver Marvin Harrison Jr. out of The Ohio State going there. #6, got the Cardinals taking another wide receiver, Rome Odunze out of Washington, going there. #7, the mock draft has the Titans taking off offensive tackle Joe Alt out of Notre Dame. And the #8 pick, which the Atlanta Falcons have, they have mock draft has cornerback Quinyon Mitchell going to Toledo from Toledo. Then #9, the Colts are selecting there. They're saying that they may take tight end Brock Bowers out of Georgia. And #10, the Jets are projected to take offensive tackle J.C. Latham out of Alabama. So those are the first 10 picks of this NFL draft. Again, that is what the NFL.com mock draft is. Again, we got Mel Kiper Jr., you got everybody else. You got a whole lot of people saying what. So everybody's mock draft is going to be looking a little different because then you just never know. Now, teams are probably going to be willing to deal, and they say that they expect some trades to happen in this first round. There have already been some rumors out there, too, floating around about players, i.e., 49ers wide receiver Brandon Ayuk. There's been some rumors that the 49ers they're shopping him around. You know, they've been going back and forth the last month or two about Brandon Ayuk would post to his IG that he was wanting to be traded. Then he refuted that, and then others said that all is fine. The organization said it's all good. So you just never know. You never want to show your hand though when you ownership. That's for sure. If you're really trying to shop or trade for a player, because you want to make sure you keep business open where you can talk with different teams. You never want to show your hand with that. So we'll see if that is something to that rumor with Brandon Ayuk. Again, you know, what's that saying? Where there's smoke, there's fire. So we'll see if it's anything to that. Now, again, the quarterbacks are the marquee names of this draft. Again, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, Caleb Williams, Bo Nix. But the one name a lot of people aren't really talking about is Michael Penix Jr. out of Washington. This young fella had a heck of a pro scout day from what I read. He ran like a 4.43 40. He can spin the rock real good. He hit on all his throws, and he showed what he can do. But a lot of teams, a lot of these mock drafts don't even have him in the first round. So I think that is going to be the one quarterback that could be the best quarterback coming out. Could be the best quarterback coming out of this draft. It could be Michael Penix Jr. So keep your eye on him. See if he goes in the first round, because some mock drafts doesn't even have him being chosen in the first round. Again, then we got the wide receivers, Marvin Harrison Jr. out of Ohio State, Malik Neighbors. Some say that his stock has risen from LSU. And then Rome Odunze out of Washington. Now let's talk about some of the teams, multiple first-round picks. The Bears, the Cardinals, and the Vikings. Those three teams have multiple first-round picks, so expect probably some willing and dealing. They may try to use one of those first-round picks to accumulate later-round picks with a team that's wanting to move up into the first round. So you could see that happening tonight as well. The teams with the most picks in the draft, the Cardinals, the Rams, and my Packers, go Cheesehead, got 11. So they got a lot of picks to build with. You know, I know the Packers, they definitely need some offensive linemen, I think, is a need. Defensive backs is a need. Linebackers is a need. Edge rusher is a need. And maybe wide receiver could be possibly a need too. And running back. I mean, now that Aaron Jones is gone. But they signed Josh Jacobs, so that may not be the case. And they kept A.J. Dillon. So look for the Packers, the Rams, and the Cardinals probably to maybe use some of all those 11 picks, some of that to maybe trade up or to get where they need to position or something to that effect. Teams with the fewest picks is the Browns with 5, the Dolphins, and the Giants have 6 picks total in this draft. And so that's something to look for again. The NFL draft gets on the way, 27 minutes. Straight out of the Detroit, Michigan. Speaking of Detroit, the Lions made 2 big signings today. They signed their wide receiver, Amon-Ra St. Brown, and their lineman, Penei Sewell, to long-term deals. I'm talking about big money, no whammies. They got paid, and it looks like Amon-Ra St. Brown is like one of the top 2 paid wide receivers in the league now. So what does that mean for the Jamar Chases of the Bengals and the Cowboys CeeDee Lamb? And the Vikings, Justin Jefferson, man, this is going to be interesting to see what you do with these wide receiver contracts. Because we all know wide receivers, they can be divas. We know that. They can be divas. So, again, the draft, again, gets on the way in roughly 26 minutes. You can check it out on ABC, ESPN, and NFL Network, and it's streaming to different platforms. So let's go through the number 11 through 20 picks that NFL.com has going. At number 11, they got the Vikings taking quarterback Bo Nix out of Oregon. They got at 12, Broncos, they've taken the edge rusher Dallas Turner out of Alabama. At 13, they got the Raiders picking wide receiver Malik Neighbors, who I talked about, out of LSU. They got the Saints at number 14 taking offensive tackle Talise Fuaga out of Oregon State. And then at number 15, the Bears, again, that's that other pick, multiple picks, taking the defensive tackle Byron Murphy II out of Texas. He got into a little issue with some legal issues, but I think he's going to be okay. Number 16, they got the Eagles taking edge rusher Jared Verse out of Florida State. Number 17, Jaguars. Again, this is all NFL.com mock draft, not my just what they put this out a couple of days ago. At 17, Jaguars taking cornerback Terrion Arnold out of Alabama. Number 18, Bengals taking wide receiver Brian Thomas Jr. out of LSU. At number 19, the Chiefs. You keep an eye on this Chiefs because I think they are going to take a wide receiver due to the fact that their wide receiver now, Rashee Rice, has got a lot of legal trouble happening for him. So they got them picking Xavier Worthy out of Texas at wide receiver at number 19. The Steelers at number 20. They got them taking offensive tackle Troy Fuatonu out of Washington. Then at 21, they got the Dolphins taking offensive tackle. He has a lot of vowels in his name, so I'm going to screw it up. Alonwumyawa Fashanu out of Penn State. And I know I butchered his name, but that's who they got the Dolphins taking at number 21. So I would just call him OF. I would just use his initials, OF. They taking OF. At number 22, the Seahawks, they got taking center Graham Barton out of Duke. At 23, the Vikings, another edge rusher, Latu out of UCLA. Number 24, I know Cowboy fans are wondering, what is that Jones family going to do? Because we know they got needs. We know they lost two offensive linemen. They lost their center, Biadish. They lost Tyron Smith, who's with the Jets now. At linebacker, Leighton Vander Esch had to retire due to neck injuries. They lost Dorrance Armstrong, one of their edge rushers. So they looking probably, and wide receiver, they cut Michael Pollard. So they looking, offensive line, running back. There was a rumor that Ezekiel Elliott's representatives was at the Star one day this week talking about maybe reuniting. And we've heard that a couple of weeks ago. But then the Cowboys go out and sign some running back that I never heard of, didn't know about. So they got some needs, linebacker position again specifically. Well, at 24, they got the Cowboys taking linebacker Junior Colson out of Michigan, which would be the second year in a row the Cowboys taking a player out of Michigan, who, by the way, just won the national championship. They took Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle out of Michigan last year, who did not have an impressive rookie year. So that's what is projected. The Cowboys are going to take a linebacker, but you never know with that organization. They may even trade out of the first round just to try to get better picks for accumulate more picks because they did. That salary cap. They always in a salary cap conundrum. They did exercise that fifth-year option with edge rusher All-Pro Michael Parsons, which roughly he will be making roughly around $21.4 million next season, but they still got to get him signed to a long-term deal, as well as they got to get the wide receiver CeeDee Lamb signed to a long-term deal because he's going into the last year of his rookie deal. Then you got to think about Dak Prescott. They didn't do the extension. So technically, if they don't do an extension, he could become an unrestricted free agent next summer because they can't put the franchise tag on him, but he's going to count heavily against their cap. So the Cowboys got to figure out what they're going to do. So we'll see what happens, but I think they're going to go defense first. Then I think they got to look at that offensive line. At number 25, the 49ers are projected to take one of my top names on my all-rookie name team. You heard it first here. They are projected to take cornerback Kool-Aid McKinstry out of Alabama. Hey, Kool-Aid. Hey, hopefully they didn't call this young fella because he needs an endorsement deal with the Kool-Aid people. He has one of the greatest NFL names again. So he's made my NFL all-rookie name team so far. Kool-Aid McKinstry. I'm going to keep looking for some other ones. He's out of Alabama, and they said that he may go to the 49ers. At number 26, another name. He's my other name on my all-rookie name team for NFL 2024. They're saying the Buccaneers will choose edge rusher Chop Robinson out of Penn State. He has the best name for a defensive player, especially an edge rusher. Chop Robinson, you feel me? He's going to be chopping them quarterbacks, chopping the running backs, and chopping them offensive linemen. So there has to be an axe company somewhere that should be on the phone with these people, this guy's agent, say, hey, we got a deal for a Chop. We got an axe we want to name after him. So again, two of my all rookie name teams already again, Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback out of Alabama, and edge rusher Chop Robinson out of Penn State. And number 27, Cardinals taking defensive back are projected to take. Again, this is a mock draft. I'm not saying they are, because I don't take my word for it. Defensive back Cooper DeJean out of Iowa. Number 28, the Bills may take edge rusher Marshawn Nealon, Western Michigan. That'll give them another Marshawn. If you remember, the Bills also had Marshawn Lynch as on their roster some years back. At number 29, the Lions are expected to take another edge rusher to pair with Aiden Hutchinson. Darius Robinson out of Missouri. Number 30, the Ravens offensive tackle Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma. And number 31, my Packers are projected to take offensive tackle, which I said we needed earlier, Roger Rosengarten out of Washington. And number 32, the Rams are projected to take cornerback Nate Wiggins out of Clemson. So those are all the projected first-round picks by the NFL.com writers. Again, there's a name that you didn't hear in there, but I think they got this wrong. I think somebody's going to take Michael Penix Jr., quarterback out of Washington, in the first round. I think he's better than Bo Nix, and I think he's better than J.J. McCarthy. That's my opinion. So we'll see if that happens. If he drops to the second round, somebody's getting a steal on this kid, because I think he is the real deal. So that's my thoughts on that. So again, that's the NFL draft. My NFL Draft Live show, just a quick little preview. Again, it kicks off in about 20 minutes. Again, you can catch it on ESPN, ABC, as well as you can catch it on any of the streaming platforms that it'll be streamed to. So check that out. Also, we got NBA action tonight. We got some teams in a do-or-die situation. We got the Knicks and the 76ers. They tip off. They've already tipped off on TNT. The 76ers are down 2-0. The officiating took a hit a couple of days ago. A report came out that those officials in that game two, they missed some calls for the 76ers. So they are just tipped off on TNT just a few minutes ago. We got the Cavaliers and the Magic playing on NBA TV. They tipped off at 6 p.m. They already going on. Then the nightcap, we got the Lakers and the Nuggets at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time on TNT. The Lakers are in the hole. It's a lot of stuff going on in that Laker organization. It's a lot of it's been some point fingers now. Anthony Davis kind of threw Darvin Ham under the bus, saying that some things happened. Darvin Ham, it ain't saying that it ain't on him. And LeBron James was mad about the officiating. About the replay call center. The Lakers is in disarray, but they got to get it together because they down 2-0. This is a must win for them because I don't see them winning 4 games in a row against Denver. Speaking of which, the Nuggets have won 10 in a row against this Lakers team. So they definitely are in a do-or-die situation. So again, we got NBA action, NBA playoffs going on tonight. Again, the NFL draft starts tonight. It's Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. You can catch them all. I think after tonight, after tomorrow, I believe it's going to be all on NFL Network after tomorrow, but I'm not sure. But you can catch it tonight, first round on ABC, ESPN, and all the other streaming platforms. So again, I am Kendrick the Sports Guy. I hope you enjoyed my show. Again, as you can see, Packers fan, I got my Packer jersey on, got my Packer mug. As I always say, it's always a great day to be a Green Bay Packers fan. Go Cheeseheads. Hopefully we can get some good picks, rebuild that defense, and go from there and see what happens. So again, you all enjoy the rest of your evening. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Make sure you keep it locked here for all your sports news and info entertainment. That is Kendrick Sports Hustle. That's SPORTZ HUSTELE on YouTube and on Facebook, as well as you can follow me on Facebook, my regular Facebook page. That's Kendrick Roland Henderson, as well as you can follow me on TFG Sports Media on YouTube as well as Facebook. You can check me out on TikTok at Kendrick Henderson 51, as well as Instagram, KDrick 1969. So again, You all have a great rest of your evening. Again, just keep it locked here for all your sports news information and live updates and live streams. So I'm gonna go ahead and check out some of this draft, and we'll see you on the other side and on the next report. I am out. Peace.